Hi, viewers. Thank you for joining me again on another episode of Weekly Dose of African Aviation on my channel, Aviation Info, where, as usual, I always bring to you latest updates with what is happening all through the African aviation sector. Aviation Info is your number one African YouTube channel where we bring to you updates with what is happening all through the African aviation sector. This include African airlines on the continent, and this also include foreign airlines that are operating on the African soil. Are you an aviator or an aviation enthusiast, or you like my content? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you'll be notified first when I upload any content. And diving straight into our highlights in this news episode, we will bring you information from Air Algeria, Air Peace, Ethiopian Airlines. We'll talk about Asky Airlines. Equally, we'll talk about British Airways, TAAG Angola, Airlink and LANTAM, Proflight Zambia. We'll talk about TunisAir, Air Algeria, Air Cote d'Ivoire, and EgyptAir. These are the few of the updates that we shall bring to you, the news in detail. Meanwhile, did you miss our previous episode of Weekly Dose of African Aviation? Kindly click the link to watch what happened previously in the African aviation sector. And going straight to the news in full, let's begin with African number one airline, Ethiopian Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines take delivery of its 28 Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft. In August 2012, Ethiopian Airlines became the first African carrier to put the Boeing 787 into service, and Ethiopia became the second country in the world to operate the aircraft in its space. Over the past decades, the carrier has used the aircraft's exceptional capability to sustain and expand its long network routes. And going on the next on our list, let's talk about Asky Airlines. Asky Airlines take delivery of its 13 aircraft, a Boeing 737-800. After the year 2022, with the airline recording a turnover and profits, Asky Airlines continued to grow. Now, in its 13th year of operation, the Lomé-based Pan-African carrier plans to expand its destination this year. And still talking about Asky Airlines commits to lessor AirCap for two Boeing 737 MAX 8 to be delivered from June 2023. AirCap announced on Monday, May 22, 2023, the signing of a lease agreement with Asky Airlines, which becomes its new customer. The deal between the lessor and the Ethiopian airline partner concerns two used Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft to be delivered between June and August 2023. And talking about Air Cote d'Ivoire will be seen in Casablanca from July 2023. First scheduled in January, then rescheduled in May, Air Cote d'Ivoire Abidjan-Casablanca route will finally be launched next month in July 2023. And talking about Air Algeria contracts with Boeing to acquire 8 Boeing 737 MAX 8 to be delivered from 2027. At the end of April, Air Algeria processed the first call for tender for the acquisition of 15 aircrafts, for which Boeing and Airbus were temporarily retained. With the American airman, the deal is now done. And talking about EgyptAir is selling an Airbus 320 and a dozen engines. Engaged in a policy of rejuvenation of its fleet, EgyptAir continues to liquidate its oldest assets. And going to Nigeria and talking about Air Peace. Air Peace adds a leased Airbus 330 to its fleet. Air Peace, the largest airline in Nigeria, has about 13 planes, half of which are grounded. To make up for its unavailability, the carrier regularly uses charters. For its expansion plan, the airline plans to add an Airbus 330 to its fleet. And talking about British Airways strengthened its presence in Ghana with the opening of Gatwick-Accra route. British Airways flights from London to Accra have been restored to pre-pandemic levels. Now the airline wants to further expand its services on the continent. And talking about TAAG Angola Airline postponed its return to Ghana indefinitely. Last March, TAAG Angola Airlines suspended its Luanda-Accra route, promising to relaunch it in June. But to date, the company evoked its persistence on some operational constraints depending on certain conditions. And going to Zambia and talking about Proflight Zambia adds a rented Boeing 737 Classic to its fleet. Proflight Zambia wants to align its fleet with the current growth of its regional network. Traditionally focused on short-leg flights, the Zambia private carrier is now boarding its first narrow aircraft to boast its operational destinations. And now talking about Airlink and LANTAM Airlines. Airlink and LANTAM Airlines signs an interline agreement with a network of over 45 destinations in Australia and Africa. Airlink is the largest airline in the sub-region. This status makes the South African private carrier attractive for partnership with foreign operators who want to serve the area, including airlines like Qatar Airways, Emirates, British Airways, Etihad Airlines, and now the South American company LANTAM. And talking about TunisAir received its first of 4 Airbus 320 acquired in a 6-year dry lease contract. TunisAir continued to increase its operational capacity as it has increased its operational performance for 2023. And it's around the Airbus 320 that the Red Gazelle company wants to rebuild its growth. And talking about Air Maroc acquires an Airbus 320-200 from Air Belgium. Last March, Air Maroc announced the densification of its fleets during this summer. To keep this promise and make demands, the Moroccan national carrier continues to add additional aircraft to expand its network. Air Algeria formalizes the purchase of 5 Airbus 330-900 and 2 Airbus 350-1000 after the order of 8 737 MAX 9. At the end of April, Air Algeria provisionally awarded Airbus and Boeing its respective contracts for the purchase of wide-bodies and medium-bodies aircraft, 15 aircraft in total. After signing the deal with the American aircraft manufacturer, the Algerian national airline has also just finalized it with the European aircraft manufacturer. And still talking about TAAG Angola expects its first cargo aircraft in June and aims for a fleet of 50 aircraft on the horizon of 2027. The expansion of its fleet, currently 20 aircraft, and diversification of TAAG Angola Airlines revenue are one of the major construction sites currently mobilizing the executive efforts of the team. And going to Congo Brazzaville, the relaunch of Ecair and SN Air cargo on the menu of a 5-year sector plan. Brazzaville is mobilizing its effort to revive its national carrier Ecair and SN Air cargo. The authorities have made these two files one of the priority of the 5-year aviation roadmap. And this has been all we put to you in this week episode of Really Dose of African Aviation. Kindly let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss up any of my updates.